needed a lifeline, and they were determined to take full advantage. It was John Kaczynski who made a flying start to the 30-lap 500cc race. He was followed by Lawson, Rainey, Schwantz and Gardner. Rainey soon grabbed the lead, with Lawson making his presence felt in second place. However, the man to watch was Gardner, making his last ever appearance in Britain. He outbraked Schwantz to move into third at the chicane. Rainey still led, with Gardner desperate to get past Lawson. He did so at the chicane. Then set after Rainey. And with the crowd urging on Gardner, who lived in England for 5 years, the Australian prepared to outbreak Rainey at the chicane. He led the race he so desperately wanted to win. Not so lucky was Randy Mamone, trying just a little bit too hard, coming out of the hairpin. Happily he was unhurt, but could only watch the race at the front as Rainey and Schwantz chased Gardner, with Lawson fourth and Juan Garriga fifth. Schwantz's desperately unlucky season continued. He crashed on oil or brake fluid at Redgate Corner. The slow motion shows just how both lucky Gardner and Rainey were not to join him in the sand trap. Gardner paced himself to hold Rainey comfortably at bay at the checkered flag. More tears were shed on the victory rostrum by a world champion who just won the 18th Grand Prix of an action-packed career. Rainey was second, Juan Garriga third, Eddie Lawson fourth and Peter Goddard in fifth place. Race. Doohan bravely returned, although nowhere near 100% fit, when the battle continued in Brazil. The 4.18-kilometre Interlagos circuit would surely not have been Doohan's choice venue for a return to the action. It was damp and dangerous. But 9 weeks after his Assen crash, the brave Australian returned to the saddle. The pressure was also on Rainey, who just didn't know what to expect from Doohan, the championship leader. Mercifully, the track was dry for the 28-lap 500cc race. Kaczynski and Rainey led the way. Spaniard Juan Garriga fell at the first bend. And it was Rainey opening up a winning advantage. Schwantz, Chandler, Kaczynski chased second, while Doohan was out of the points in 12th place. Kaczynski was determined to keep the Suzukis at bay, while teammate Rainey concentrated on maintaining the lead and those precious 20 championship points. The 31-year-old world champion was in brilliant form and crossed the line with nearly 13 seconds advantage over Kaczynski. A desperately disappointed Doohan finished out of the points in 12th place. Rainey, Chandler, who was third, and Kaczynski celebrate on the rostrum. The most important victory of the season for Rainey. Kaczynski second, Chandler third, Gardner fourth, and Miguel de Hamel fifth. More important, Doohan leads the championship by just 2 points, going into that final confrontation at Kyalami in South Africa. Much had changed in South Africa since the last motorcycle Grand Prix in 1985. The circuit had been completely revived, and surely nobody could have predicted the situation as the riders lined up for the final race of the season around the 4.20 kilometre circuit just outside Johannesburg. Kaczynski was in pole position for the 28-lap race. Alongside him, Wayne Gardner was making his last ever Grand Prix appearance, with wife Donna acting as his umbrella girl. Quite incredibly, Doohan had qualified third fastest, and he looked capable of defending that slender 2-point lead. Rainey completed the front row after qualifying fourth fastest for a race that would quite simply decide the outcome of the 1992 world title. The atmosphere was electric as the moment of truth approached. Rainey got the perfect start, chased by Kaczynski and Doohan. The two Marlboro Yamahas pulled away as Doohan began to drop back. Gardner then decided to take up the challenge to try and help his teammates' fast disappearing championship chances. Kaczynski also caused a stir when he snatched the lead from Rainey, going into the start and finish straight. But with Doohan now down in 6th place, it did not matter. The Suzukis of Chandler and Schwantz were 3rd and 4th. And Gardner was flying in 5th.
If you like motorcycle racing, you'll want to get the full story every week in Cycle News America.
The Australians soon disposed of Schwantz. He then pushed Chandler back to 3rd and set after Rainey. Kosinski was equally determined to win his first Grand Prix of the season. Not so lucky was Australian Peter Goddard. He ended his season by crashing happily without injury. Gardner closed on Rainey. Doohan's pit could only watch the championship they led all season slip from their grasp. Gardner took his chance to grab second place, with Rainey safe in the knowledge that third would give him the title by just 4 points. The Australian flag flew proudly as Gardner ended a magnificent Grand Prix career. Kosinski repeated last year's performance by winning the final Grand Prix of the year, and he finished third in the championship ahead of Swans. But all eyes now focused on Rainey. He crossed the line to clinch his third successive 500cc title. His pit crew were ready for the moment. So a win for Kosinski. Wayne Gardner's last appearance in second place, but the 1993 champion Wayne Rainey. 141 points, the luckless Michael Doohan second on 138. One could not help feeling sorry for the luckless Doohan as Rainey arrived back in his jubilant pit.
Did we win?
3 times.
Yeah.
Did it, dude.
Oh, man.
Hard to believe, huh?
You going fishing? Way to go, John. Way to go, John, man. Good job.
Congratulations.
Good stay with it, man.
Shit, I was hanging there in the first part of it. I didn't know if I was going to be able to stay. You got a hell of a start.
Yeah. Hey, Wayne.
Well done.
Congratulations, man. Thanks.
The South African fans salute the Grand Prix heroes. Wayne Rainey, the world champion. Wayne Gardner making his last ever Grand Prix appearance, and race winner John Kosinski. Wayne Rainey proudly wears his 1992 World Championship shirt.
You know, if I would have known I'd been world champion after Germany, I could have swore everybody would have been crazy if I would have said I'd been world champ. But racing was, you know, not very kind to a lot of people this year. But you know, it's never over till the checker flag's over.
This portion